Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Yesterday, I had the pleasure and the honor of being part of a panel for an event called She is Free. Who the sun sets free is free indeed. This event was hosted and founded and created by my best friend Tina. It was just an amazing time. God moved. God broke chains. Breakthroughs happened. It was just amazing to be a part of that. One of the overall themes or topics that was discussed was being bound and how isolation can keep. We were talking about women, but in general, how isolation, well, today I want to talk to you about how isolation in general can keep people, can keep you bound. Our scripture today is going to be from Ephesians 5:13, and it says, "But everything exposed by the light becomes visible, and everything that is illuminated becomes light." What I want to talk to you today about is light not only reveals, but light transform, right? And when I was thinking about these questions for the panel, right, in my mind, I was thinking, I don't even know how I thought about this, honestly, but I was thinking like, dag, in dark places, stuff grow like bacteria and mold, right? So I decided to look into that, right? And sure enough, when I looked into it, bacteria grows in dark spaces where it's not being disturbed, right? When there's no light, where there's nothing touching it and moving it, right? It replicates and it continues to grow. And that's what isolation does to your worries, to your doubts, to your fears, right? To your shame, to the lies that the enemy tell you. While you're in isolation, that stuff grows. That stuff continues to grow, and it's almost like it's like a web, and it entangles you and it bounds you and it keeps you bound, right? But what happens when bacteria is, exposed to sunlight? The sunlight damages the DNA and the RNA that enables it to replicate and to reproduce and to grow, right? And that's what happens when we are in, first of all, community with God, and then just good community with other, people. The light is shown. The light is shown on the lies. The light is shown on the doubt. The light is shown on the fear. The light is shown on, unforgiveness, just different things that is holding you down. When light is shown on it, when you're brought out of isolation, right? Those things start to unravel. It starts to lose its grip on it, right? No longer can the lies, continue to be lies, because you're going to have somebody telling you about the truth, right? If you're communing with God, you're going to hear the truth. You're going to hear his word that's telling you, that's combating the lies that the enemy is telling you, right? So my encouragement to you is to not suffer in silence, not to suffer in isolation, right? What the movie say? No, this is a bad. No, that was a bad reference. I was gonna say, "Come and step into the light, Caroline." No, but that's a bad reference. I'm sorry. No, seriously though. But my encouragement to you is to seriously come into the light, and by that I mean, get into community. Don't take that first step. Don't be scared to be vulnerable, to be transparent, right? Because your vulnerability, your transparency, you being in community with other people, that can be the road to setting you free, to you no longer being bound, right? You don't want that bacteria to continue growing and just kind of taking over, right? So once again, light not only reveals the ugliness, but it's going to transform it. Once you step into the light, you're not going to remain the same. As the scripture says, everything that is illuminated becomes light, right? Once you are affected, once you get out in the sun, you're not going to stay the same, right? You're going to get a tan. You're going to look a little dark. You're going to look different, right? Once you come into God's light, you're going to look different. Once you come into the light of other God-fearing, Christian, Christ-centered people, you're going to be different, right? So that's my encouragement to you today. Even on this cloudy day, step into the light. Be transformed. Be transformed. See you. Have a great day.